With its factory tuning and data center DNA, an Intel 730 series SSD is an amazing choice for gamers and performance enthusiasts. Welcome to Handy Tech Under $100 Episode 3, where I give very brief overviews of gizmos, gadgets, and gear that I or someone in the Linus Tech Tips crew here has been using lately and has been coming in handy for us. So first up is something that I should have gotten a long time ago. These things are only a few bucks, and if you've ever lost like one screw while working on something like a notebook or a phone where it's basically impossible to replace them once they're gone, then you owe yourself one of these. I actually picked up two different kinds of magnetic parts trays. The first one is the aptly named Titan magnetic parts tray, and the second is the sensually named Tecton 9-inch magnetic parts tray. It keeps your nuts and small tools within reach. It sounds less like parts tray and more like partay. Know what I'm saying? Anyway, functionally, they're both pretty similar. You put metal objects in them. That is to say, metal objects containing iron, nickel, or cobalt, and well, most of them. Okay, that's not actually, that doesn't have iron in it. And they stick, so you don't lose them. They've got sweet rubber bases on them, so they don't move around on the table while you're working, and in case you want them to be really secure, the bottom is magnetic too, so you can actually stick the entire thing to a vertical metal surface if you want to. I've only had them for a little while, but they've already saved my bacon a couple of times. Even once when I forgot to use it and had to pick up some screws that I had already dropped on the carpet. Just go like this. Love these things. Number 2 today is something that I actually personally can't use. Comply brand ear tips are available in a variety of styles and for a wide variety of different in-ear headphones. They're made of super soft memory foam, and they completely replace the cheap silicone ones that usually come with your earphones, with the goal of improving comfort, outside noise isolation, and sound quality, particularly at the low end where bass is concerned. Now, I said I can't use them, but it's not because I don't want to or because they don't work. With my old SteelSeries Flux In-Ear Pro earphones, they had all of the intended effects and I loved them, with my only complaint being that they wear out faster than the silicone alternatives and need to be replaced much more frequently. With my Sennheiser IE80s, the drivers are much larger, and even the smallest Comply tips, which I usually find to be about equivalent to one size up for a silicone tip, just don't fit in my ears well enough for me to use them properly. So the way you're supposed to use them is you squish them up, insert them into the ear canal, and let them expand for a really nice seal, but I just can't squish them enough to get them to really get in there very well. Edsel, on the other hand, swears by them, and he stocks up on them every once in a while to the point where he just refuses to use normal ones. So check out their earphone finder, pick the series you like. They range in price for my earphones from about $4 to $6 per pair of tips, and then pick a color you like, and you are good to go. Item number 3 is something that I've had sitting on my need to make a video about this list for quite some time. Now, I would have said not long ago that nothing can really be done to improve SATA cables. Not so. With the CP11 SATA cable, Silverstone has solved a fundamental problem with the way that many motherboards have their SATA connectors positioned. This is a right angle connector, and it's great because no components will be installed over top of it. This is a regular connector, one that's more frequently found on small high-end boards and normal-sized mid-range or low-end boards. And the problem with them is that they can interfere with things like graphics cards, making many of the SATA ports on your motherboard potentially useless. The CP11 has a remarkably thin cable for easy management and a head that is so low profile that you can actually populate an entire bank of plugs directly under an expansion card so you can use your motherboard to its full potential. Not the kind of thing I generally make a dedicated video about, but definitely something to keep in mind next time you're working on a small form factor machine and are having trouble with cable management. Speaking of management, I was having trouble figuring out where to put all the cool t-shirts that I got from being part of the 5-4 Club, so I wore them all at once. as you probably noticed throughout this video. 5-4 service is incredibly cool. You sign up in under a minute so you don't have to worry about shopping anymore. They send you $120 or more worth of clothes every month, and to be a member, you only pay $60 per month. Well, Linus, how do I know they won't send me something that makes no sense and doesn't go with the rest of the wardrobe I'm building from their site? Great question. You submit your preferences during the sign-up process, and your own personal stylist picks out new clothes for you every month so you can always look great without dealing with the salespeople in traditional clothing stores. Sign up for the club today at bit.ly/LinusFFC, which is linked in the video description, and you can save $15 on your first month. That's $120 worth of clothing for $45. Give being de-stressed and well-dressed a shot. Thanks for watching this third installment of Handy Tech for $100 or less. As usual with these, I'll do my full disclosure bit. So I bought the magnetic screw holders on Amazon because I'm sick of losing screws. While the other two were sent to me to try out and I didn't pay for them, the comply tips definitely merited a mention because Edsel has been harassing me to do a dedicated video of these since I hired him, and they really are better than the ones that come with your earphones in all likelihood. As for the SATA cables, I ended up doing a video on these because while I told Silverstone that go ahead and send them, I'll use them for builds, but I'm not going to do a video, they have come in handy quite a few times for me already, so I figured, you know what? Hey, this is something that's come in handy for me, maybe it'll come in handy for you guys. Thanks as always for watching, guys. As usual, the link to pricing and availability for all this stuff is linked in the video description below the like, dislike, and share buttons, which I'd love for you to use accordingly. Also in the video description is a support link where you can buy a t-shirt, give us a monthly contribution, or change your Amazon bookmarks so we get an affiliate kickback whenever you buy stuff. It helps us out a lot. Thanks again for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.